don't understand how you can wake up every day, claim to be an anime fan, claim to love this beautiful anime world, but yet choose to consume nothing but garbage on a daily basis. Do you really love anime?
I love Twizzlers, but I know that that's not a common opinion. So if you're a Twizzler hater, I just want to know why. I love Dandadan. It's taking everything in me to not just binge watch it right now. But I really think my fiance would like it. My thoughts from the beginning. I actually would like to look into how like Netflix anime works. Like, do they just buy the anime after it's been created by the Japanese studio? I don't know. It just seems really complicated, like what anime they allow to be on Crunchyroll versus Netflix versus Unext versus like what do the contracts look like? Is it non-compete? Is there exclusivity? Because it's not a Netflix original. Shonen, right? So Shonen must own it, and then Shonen sells the rights on various platforms. I'm not sure. That might be something worth looking into, but so far I don't like the character design. I feel like some of the character design looks kind of under budget, and I don't know if that's just because of time constraints or like it's not bad. It's kind of how I felt about Haikyuu at first too. I didn't really like the art style, and then as it became more popular, they got more funding with every new season, and the art got better and better and better. Unlike things like Chainsaw Man that already had a lot of budget, and when they came out, they were like, from the first episode was already so incredible with the animation, right? And also they're breaking the backs of basically everyone that works there to get it done. So I'm fine with the art looking a little bit more simple. Then come time for the action scenes, it felt like there was a lot of budget. It felt like they put all of the energy into the action scenes, and I really like that. I'm not a huge fan of the character design or the drawing of the characters or the faces or the facial expressions, but I love, 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 first off, the music. Even the background music. Sorry, I have a Twizzler, like it's like stuck.
Nope, I was absolutely wrong. I continued to watch Dandadan, and I even rewatched it again with my fiance that night, and I am wrong. This is wrong. This opinion is wrong. The art was maybe just not what I was used to because I've been so jaded by Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, but Dandadan's art style is so beautifully unique. It brings back that like old school kind of feel. It's kind of choppy, and I don't even know how to describe it, but it is unique and so talented in its own right. And I just feel so embarrassed that I said what I said.
I love, 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 love the music. The opening song is great, the ending song is great, but the music in between, the soundtrack and the background music is so good. It's so traditional. Like, it's very Japanese, it's very traditional, but with a modern twist. Whenever I watch an anime and the music involved makes you feel exactly how you're supposed to be feeling in that moment, like it leads your emotions, I'm a huge fan. That's why Your Name is one of my favorite movies. The soundtrack from Kimi no Na wa, Your Name. So good. Ghibli, so good. It just like creates that vibe, right? So that it's like a full immersive experience. And there were many times during this first episode of Dandadan where I was like, wow, the music really hits. And also I love I love their cinematography or visual graphics. I'm not sure what the exact term is, but like there's parts in the animation where they like blocked the way that the scenes moved, or the way that they would kind of like zoom in on the anime, or they would do like kind of zoom in cuts and zoom out cuts and add comedic effect, and make it kind of artistic, was really unique. Kind of similar to like Tatami Galaxy also did that with a really unique style of anime and a unique style of storyboarding, maybe is the word for it. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. Like, what is the term for like the cinematography but in anime? Like, is it still cinematography if it's drawn and animated? I really liked it. I thought it was really creative and different, and set apart from other anime. The scene where she gets abducted by aliens, I felt, and I feel this way about most fan service, is that you really didn't need it. Or it didn't have to be drawn in that way. Sometimes they add booby physics that are so unnecessary and borderline impossible. And I personally just don't like it. I wouldn't care as much if it wasn't a high school girl. Like, I get it. Boobies are great. I think the female form is a beautiful thing. And I think it's fine to want to accentuate that and glorify that and, you know, display that in all its beauty. But I really dislike it when it's done. I just really, really hate it when I know it's a high school girl and I know that a grown man drew it. One thing that was in the manga that I extra didn't like was that in that scene when she's like, in that scene where she's in her undergarments and it's very, very sexualized, she's still wearing her like leg warmers and loafers only. Like, she's wearing no clothes except for her undergarments and her leg warmers and loafers. And I thought that was extra gross because she's very clearly a high school student, right? And like that, the artist chose to keep those details in. In the anime, they decided to take that out, which I wonder what the decision was there and what the reasoning was behind it. But not a huge fan of that scene. It literally could have been, and it was just such a weird scene. It was weird. And that's kind of a common theme as far as I know with the amount of manga that I've read, that there's a lot of reproductive organ snatching. And I don't know if that's like a Japanese belief. I feel that the story holds on its own enough that it didn't have to be weird like that. But also knowing what I know about Japanese humor, private parts, poop, farts, like these kind of like taboo things are extra funny. It's one of these things where I'm just like, I really just want to overlook it, but also like I want everybody to know that I think it's wrong and unnecessary. But that put aside, the story is really cute. This unlikely duo getting caught up in the supernatural, in the occult, and getting to know each other even more. It is a lot of goofy, silly action mixed with horror and comedy, and still they found a way to put some really heartfelt moments into it, like the scene where she talks about her grandmother and why she believes in spirits. It's because she has faith in her grandmother, and how he looked to the supernatural and the occult as a cry for somebody to be his friend in a world where he was kind of an outsider. And I feel like that can be so relatable to so many people. I had friends growing up. I didn't have trouble making friends, but I definitely felt, being a very overly sensitive and empathetic person, an emotional person, and somebody who so desperately wanted to believe in magic and fantasy, books were kind of my way to go to a world that didn't exist. Go to a world that I wish existed but didn't, and kind of have that escape. So I think it's a really cute story, and with two characters that are super likable, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Yeah, let me know what you think, and maybe I'll do a deep dive in the lyrics of the opening tomorrow, and I'll try to get a little bit more caught up on One Piece. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.